Welcome to Social Studies. Hello! This is our second meeting, I believe, and I'm just so excited to be here with you today. So, our big question today is, what on earth even is social studies? Is it important? Mrs. Hodson, do we have to learn it? Why do we have to sit through all this boring stuff about history that doesn't even matter anymore? Well, the answers to all those questions will be in this slideshow and in this video, so buckle up and get ready to learn something. So, first of all, you're all doing this individually in your own slides, so I'd like you to list at least 5 things you can think of here. Of what do you think of when you hear social studies? So there's a little text box, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just go ahead and type it in. Just what do you think of? Like, when I think of the word blue, I think of the sky and the ocean. So when you hear the word social studies, what do you think of? It could be good, it could be bad. However, whatever you think, that's what we really want to know. Next, do you think social studies is ... Do you think it's interesting or boring? Is it important to learn about, or it's history's in the past? Let's move on already. Do you think social studies is fun, or does it make you sleepy? Do you think social studies is all about the past, or we are living in history right now? Do you think social studies is going to be fun this year, or it's going to be another boring year? So you answer however you feel. You're just going to highlight green, whichever one you choose, one or the other. You can't choose both, so one or the other. And all of this is just for me to get to know, and for your teachers to get to know better, how you really feel about social studies and how we can help. If you think it's boring and it's the worst subject in the world, how we can help maybe make social studies better for you. And if you already love social studies, how can we just continue to help you love the subject and grow in it? So there's a lot of really great stuff that can come from us asking questions and you guys being honest with us. Next, there's a video. Alas, I'm not going to watch this video with you. You can watch this video on your own. I will be honest, I do rap in it. It is me rapping. So check it out. Let me know if you like it. Tell your teacher. Maybe I'll do another one if it goes well. But I think it's important to know, why do we learn history, but to keep it dope. So please watch. Next, this is a really important slide because I think a lot of people, especially me when I was in school, I didn't like social studies. I thought it was the worst subject. I thought it was boring. I dreaded it. I hated when we pulled out our history textbook and we were just told to read from the page because I was like, oh, I don't learn this way. I can't learn just from reading a page, taking a quiz, and then moving on to the next subject. But my husband, who's my best friend, he loves social studies. He's a 6th grade social studies teacher this year. And he's really helped me over the last 2 years better understand that social studies isn't just about dead famous people and all these monuments and dates and wars and revolutions. Social studies is empowering. It's world-changing, it's impactful, it's eye-opening, and mind-blowing. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to give you a little teaser of a few things that we're going to learn this year. Number 1, the Aztec Temple. If you can see, there's a temple at the top of our screen, the blue sky and the kind of pyramid-looking thing. That is an Aztec temple. Why is that important? Because the Aztecs were one of the most advanced civilizations in the world, and we will learn about how they were wiped out by the Spanish during the war from smallpox. Wow. So that's world-changing that they were wiped out by smallpox. It's impactful that they were, and it's mind-blowing that the Aztecs were the most advanced civilization in the world. Next, we have the King and Queen of Spain in 1492. That date should ring a bell for you. You know, Christopher Columbus sailed the open blue in 1492, or something like that. I think I messed it up. But anyways, you see these 2 royal people to the left of the screen under the train. That was the King and Queen of Spain in 1492. Why are they even on here? You said this wasn't going to be about dead famous people, Mrs. Hodson. Okay, calm down. I'll get to it. So, the king and queen of Spain in 1492 were in charge of the most powerful civilization in the entire world at the time, and we will learn about how they sponsored many exploration trips to the New World, America. So this includes Columbus and so many different people, and we'll understand the impacts that exploration had on our world now today. Next, we have the Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation. So my little bubble might be blocking it, but behind me you should see Abraham Lincoln. And we all know Abraham Lincoln. He's the tallest president. He's the 16th president. Why was he important? Because he's the one who created the Emancipation Proclamation. So the Civil War is important because it was the fight to free slaves. And let's be honest, class, slavery is America's greatest abuse of human rights, and we'll talk about the real reason Lincoln decided to free those slaves. So that's a little teaser. Don't want you keep you coming back for more. So next we have the Industrial Revolution. That's what the train is on here for. The Industrial Revolution revolutionized America. Great scientific advances were made that allow us to live in the world we do today. Next, we have the Civil Rights Movement. We'll talk about brave men and women such as Rosa Parks, who is down here at the bottom with the police officer getting fingerprinted. She was fingerprinted after she decided not to stand up when she was sitting in the wrong place on the bus at the time. So she said no, and it revolutionized and it helped people have more rights. And then Martin Luther King Jr. is above her. He's in a protest. He was known for his peaceful protest. So we will talk about them and how they were oppressed by our country and how they fought to achieve equal rights for all. This is a fight that we're still fighting. Next, we have President Obama. We will learn about how government works and how we vote in elections for our presidents. This is really important because we have an election coming up in November. It's the 2020 election. Trump has been president for 4 years, so now we'll see who will be president the next 4 years. We'll learn all about Electoral College, how the government system works, how presidents are voted in, and everything. Next, we have Greta Thunberg and climate change. I don't know if you've heard about her. She's right here. She's toward the right above Barack Obama. She's this really amazing young woman. I'm not sure how old she is. I'll look that up. But she's fighting for climate change. She's fighting for our environment. She is using her voice. And it's just amazing because she's so young. And so many people discount children because they think they're small, they can't do anything, they don't know enough. But she's fighting. She's using her voice and she's making a difference. And with this, we'll learn that the decisions that people have made over time have an impact on the environment, and young people can use their voices to make a difference. Last, we'll learn about protests and social justice and the continuing of the civil rights movement. Ordinary people can work together to create extraordinary change. People standing up for what they believe in. We might be living through the second wave of the civil rights movement. So there's been a lot of this on TV, and we'll just learn more about the movement and what we can each do to use our voice. So I hope this slide helps you understand how social studies can be empowering, world-changing, impactful, eye-opening, and mind-blowing. Next, we'll move on to our task. So your last 3 slides are 3 things you know. So you're going to write 3 things you know that you already knew that we talked about today. Could be about any of the information I said in the last slide, something from our wrap, just 3 things that you already knew that we mentioned today. This slide, you'll just say 2 things you learned about today. And then this last slide, you'll just say 1 question you still have from what we talked about today. And that's it. That's the end of our slide. I hope if you have any questions, you can reach out to your teacher. And I hope that we all are able to recognize that social studies doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be reading from a textbook and falling asleep and getting yelled at by your teacher to stay awake, but you're like, this is so boring. I hope that we can make social studies super fun and impactful and world-changing and eye-opening and mind-blowing. So, till next time, ladies and gentlemen, see you later.